I have the tools to get over it, under it, through it, and above it. Because I travel to the south, to the north, to the east, to the west, through many portals and dimensions, to reach the height in the universe, to come together.
All right, as y'all, I am Dr. D, and I was grooving to the music. Today's subject is injustice to a disabled veteran home buyer. No one other than yourself. I got the corporate ready for you to fry. If y'all ready to fry it up, let's get busy. Now, you guys know I've had a journey, and our journey it has been. But I didn't tell you about the deep, dark secret that's been going on with my place that I got. I've been served injustice from each and every way, from the beginning to the end and all the way around. And I was not prepared for this. But the thing is, because I had been working with agents in Pahrump, in Nevada, to basically how to find a house and when things are not right to speak on it. So let's go. Let's begin at the beginning. I had another realtor, and to be fair, I'm going to say I wanted someone that looked like me. No shade. I want to give business to people that look like me. And that was my goal from the beginning. Had a realtor, didn't work out. It was up north there, and needed a house, and liked her as a person and a realtor. My thing is that just was not a match. And something like she said, if you're not matched, and she don't want to force nobody here. But unfortunately, I found my son found another realtor that we thought was going to work out. Never met her or anything. Talked to her on the phone. Didn't know anything about her. So I talked to her, and she seemed like really gun-ho about what I want. She could find what I want. Because what I want was like, from what I was told, is like a needle in a haystack. And that is one of the decisions from moving from Nevada, Pahrump, Nevada, to the East Coast, to Florida. And as we know, ancestors have a lot to do with a lot of things that we do. And I give honor and praise to that. So you always will see that on my thing of things that I'm doing because of that. My ancestors are much appreciative to give an honor to them. They've blessed me and helped me and brought me a long way. So I am a person that likes to be really positive, but when I want something, certain things or certain requirements, maybe I have specifications of what I want. And if I feel that you do me wrong, what I will do is I will explain it to you, and I will leave you alone. If you think that you're going to get over on me and I find out about it, guess what? I don't need to deal with you. And guess what? Even if the person that you thought like a deal fell through and they tried to be slick about it, and said, oh, well, they had a cash deal. This is my first agent. They had a cash deal, so they were going to go with them. I asked, certain questions. Always ask questions, which I learn about from being in Nevada. Learn about your water rights. Learn about your mineral rights. That means learn about what's under the surface. And it was funny, my brother said the same thing. So that was part of my doing my due diligence, protecting myself, because you can own surface rights of your property. But if you don't have the mineral or the water rights, guess what? You are done. And they were like, you don't need to worry about that in Florida, blah, blah, blah. This is what I was told. You got this. This is not done here in Florida. In Nevada, that's how it's done. You know, my real estate agent said I was being a bitch. Her words, not mine, to the seller's agent. I was told after the fact. She's never showed up, but we'll get there. So my question is, I'm moving here. I'm in a hotel. Me, my son, and dog, and we moved closer to be here for the closing. The closing date was changed without my awareness, because I had a certain date, told her a certain date. She told me, you know what I will do if you have to stay in a hotel, I will pay for you to stay in a hotel for that. Of course, that never happened. She's a liar, which I found out exclusively. She is a liar. So yeah, boo on her. So let's bring. I was, ooh, okay, I don't know how long I've been here. I was informed that they didn't want to work with the guy that I had from Guam all the way here, that it was not a fit. They were not working, but also the gentleman is not the one, it's his company, but it was not the guy that I was working with. He didn't have his license here in Florida at the time. He probably does now after the fact. That he was not getting back to me and they were not responding, and a whole bunch of other questions. So, in order to make the deal, we went with somebody else. he said, things. His name is what was his name? Mr. Jazz, Jason Johnson. So Jason Johnson, where is he at? I have everybody on here that I want the people to see. Let's see. I made sure I was not playing. Did I do something with it? I don't know. Let's find out. Let's see. I'll just put it back up here. You guys can see. I put all their information because I want to know, what would you do if this happened to you? I'm working diligently hard with this. It's not easy to get loans, as you guys know. Doing the work, it's not easy. So just want to know, what would you do if you ran across these individuals that were not very helpful? Let's see. I know I got another one. I can stop screen share, and I put myself back up in there. I know that I'm always try to be really diligent of informing people of who I want, as even I wanted people to, okay, no, I don't know if you can see that. I wanted people to know this is the gentleman. So all the information I told you guys is down at the bottom. I tried to even get my lender to be my color, like support. Chinese supports Chinese, Asian support Asians, Hispanic supports Hispanics, Black supports Black, White supports White. If you can get everybody that look like that. And no, I'm not racist and prejudiced or whatever, but and then my mom said I can't be prejudiced. But the thing is that I wanted equality, and I told the gentleman from the beginning what was going on. We went over paperwork of the house. I asked for mineral rights. He didn't know about that. He was going to let Coastal know, who had the title to the company, and those were the questions that I put to Coastal. I needed water rights. I need mineral rights. Send me back. And they didn't know what I was talking about. They were saying I had it. So I have that in documentation. So if it's not true, that's going to be a problem. Another thing. Now, mind you, another person that I had, I'm gonna, remove him. I had another person basically come to the for screen and hold on, the inspector. And the inspector, I found out, knows we got the inspector from the son from Jason, from Mr. Johnson, for him to come out and do the home inspection. And I was, thought it was going to be a good job, and he was going to bring what I needed to the table, and let him know what it is. And I'm going to stop that screen sharing, and I'm going to share screen. And like I said, I'm going to bring all the people so you can see. So I'm not playing, I'm not playing. This is my inspector. He did the 4 points, the winds inspection, and he did the old fashioned. He found some things wrong with it. We brought it to the table for my agent to present to the other agent and say what was wrong with it, that things that needed to be done, um, and things, and as well as the well, because they said they would cover the well and the water inspection. Did not get that until it was like darn near 2 days before the inspection. And of course, it failed. So, with that being said, talked to the gentleman, it passed. He said because he believed the stuff is done. I was told that there had roof. I don't have documentation of roof. Gentleman left this house in a total shamble that we had to get rid of. I'll show you some pictures sometime. That we cleaned and got rid of a lot of stuff that was in a shed that was just thrown in there, as well as in a garage, as well as in the attic. you name it, it was just a shambles. And the thing is, I could see making something out of it. This being a very beautiful home, but be careful, buyer beware. I bought a lemon, and you know what? I'm good at making lemon pies and lemon custard, but me being what it is, I figured that maybe I have to put some ramp in for a wheelchair, or accessibility for people that are disabled to be able to get in and out. Maybe lower, the table. That's what I was thinking. I was not aware that the house that I bought is really, and in Polk County, is a 2-bedroom, 1 bath, that they have a legal bedroom, a legal bedroom, and all of that. So for me, I was disappointed to find, but of course, the notary came here. She had 250 pages, came to the house. I signed the papers, and the seller's agent was here and knew that things were supposed to be done. It was supposed to be bush cut. It was supposed to be cleaned. It was not done. None of that was done. And she said, don't worry about it. It's around Christmas time. Someone will get back to you. She's been having family issues through the whole time with dealing with her mother. I am trying to be understanding. And let me tell you, when business is business, you need to be in business because that's how they are. People are like that. Business is business. Don't be soft-hearted. I was soft-hearted. Oh, I understand your mom's in the hospital, blah, blah, blah. You're trying to work with her. She fell, blah, blah, blah. All these things. I am being understanding and stepping back and saying, okay, we'll work it out. Oh, it's the holiday, it's Christmas. Well, my notes did not come. And I called the notary like, look, I never received the notes. Oh, well, she tells me I got people that sent Christmas cards, and I never got the Christmas card. Christmas cards is not important as a legal document with my signature and my personal information, dear. Like it was nothing. So she said, oh, I'll do it. I called the company, and the company said, I cannot give you that paperwork. So, of course, I had to call my title company and tell them, look, I've never received the papers. I did not get my closing papers until March of 2026. At the end, not the beginning, when your first payment is due in February. Okay? Now, mind you, at the beginning, the first day, we had to call a plumber. The first night we spent in here, the day that we got the keys, the same night, I had to call a plumber. There was a plumbing issue. So I had to pay in order to have that. And he had to come back out again because I had to pay more money. Okay, so that was done. So I was like, you know what? It's chilly out here in December. Let me get my chimney done. So I called someone to come and clean my chimney. Well, of course, because they came out, you got to pay them. Just for them coming out, even though they did nothing. They inspected this chimney. I guess he just looked at his decoration. He didn't write it down or anything was wrong with it. Not good. So not far as I'm concerned, not a good inspector. Not good. So the fireplace that I have what I bought it for is non-usable. It doesn't even have a proper cap on top of my ceiling for the chimney. It's supposed to have a cap and everything is that you're supposed to be a flue to be able to air to flow. They have a stone on top of that. We're not going to even talk about the roof. They told me the roof, there was a new roof put on in 2023. I was told. I don't have evidence of that. I don't know that. I never got the documents for that. That was supposed to be given to me. Nothing. Just like the number for the guy to come and show me around my property. Nothing. None of that was done, like I said. So, going back, I digress. So, with that being said, I'm like, okay, we're talking about the plumbing first day. Come out, get that fixed. Then he tells me he's going to have to come out and unclog it at the root because where the water goes out for the toilet, it has to be fixed. And it's right around where my fence is in the back by the shed. I'm like, okay, that's another $2,000 for him to come out and fix that and do that. Cha-ching, are you adding this up? So with that being done, paid that, had a person. I said, you know what? I think he might be trying to sham me. So, because then when he called, he wanted to charge another price. And I said, I can't afford it. I got to call back. So what happened is I called another person to come and check on the tree because I really want to be using my thing, burn me some marshmallows or whatever and make me some s'mores, if you will, under my fireplace. Well, this guy came out and said the same thing and took pictures and wrote a report for me. So I'm like, okay, no smoke. I got this done. I could deal with this. It's just a chimney. I can save up and get the work that needs to be done for the plumbing that's going to get done. That's cool. Well, what happens is I buy a refrigerator for my garage to store more food during storage. We plug the refrigerator in. Brand new from Home Depot to Pubs. It worked for 1 second and blew out the electricity. Well, I had to call the electricity person because it wouldn't come back on. He come out, inspected. It's $8,000 of work, 5 hot spots. Things are not working. Didn't understand why it was not spotted. So I tried to call what I did is I called the lender. I called the seller's agent, telling her all what's going on. And she was like, oh, like that, just, oh. And I was like, I don't have a report. The person's supposed to come and clean. I'm on vacation because I've been through so much stress with my mom. And I'm trying to be understanding, Christian, and all that other stuff. And, let's go there. Okay. So let's work. And I was like, I'm a praying woman, but also I'm a spiritual woman. And Spirit was like, okay, let's give it things. So she came by and seen and dropped us off 2 chairs and this book for Christmas and dropped off and gave us a tree for Christmas. Don't use trees. Don't do trees. Don't understand trees. But if that's your thing, that's your thing. Said thank you because appreciative. We didn't have no chairs to sit in. We just moved in. So everything's got to be built up and you got to get stuff from where I'm from to here. That was from Nevada to here, and it was still on its way. So with that done, I called another electrician to come out. Now, mind you, for this gentleman he came all the way from Tampa. So of course I had to pay him just to give me the report and stuff and wanted to take out the loan. So that's when I called Bill and tell him what's over. I give him the pictures, tell him what's wrong. I told him about the Wi-Fi, the fireplace, blah, blah, blah was wrong. This was wrong. Plumbing's wrong. Da, 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 da. Bill proceeds to tell me that's not what they're there for. When the inspector comes out, they're not inspecting to see if the electricity is right and if all sockets are working. That's not their job. It's not for him to check if there's different hot spots and that if the thing is wrong or that the electrical panel that's been here since 1979 is outdated and needs to be updated because it only has 150 amps and that is not feasible. Didn't tell me that. But he did point out that that it wouldn't pass inspection because of the heater. The water heater has been here since 1979. So they put in a new water heater. That's what they say, but I don't know. I'm not there. I'm just going by work. So that's what they told them they did. They're supposed to take pictures and all that stuff because that wouldn't have passed. No problem. So, long story short, we're here. Had another electric guy come out, said the same thing, but found out they had not ground the wire. So we got to be careful. We can't walk around in certain parts. And be careful using electricity because it is in danger. Now, that's the third. I've had 3 people come out, say the same thing. I've had 3 people come out for the chimney and say the same thing. I had 3 plumbers come out and say the same thing. So, mind you, I haven't even been in the house for a good 30 days. Not a good 30 days. So I've already come out $6,000. We're not talking about the hotel room and the food and the days and the delays and the stuff like that, because the house, the well failed inspection, and it failed not once but twice. So we had to wait. And then she told me I couldn't pull out. And like I said, I found out that was a lie. So that was disappointing to find that out. So as a veteran, what the heck would you do? How would you do this? So I thought, you know what? If I had prepaid legal, no problem. I got you, right? That's what you're thinking. I got you. So you call prepaid legal. Prepaid legal. We were working on it. They could not find any. We found somebody. Guy was telling me, since I was in another county, now lawyer's going to call over and come up there because it's in Polk County. Got to do the work, blah, blah, blah. At least that's what he told me. So long story short, he was saying, well, you know, how much work needs to be done and blah, blah, blah. We went on there and I told him, you know, how much work. I was like, we're talking about $25,000 of work from the electric, from the plumbing. And then, you know what? He said he don't know who passed this house, but it never should have passed. That was my chimney guy. And that was my electrician. Then, because I wanted to do some updating, I had a contractor come in here as well and told me how bad my place really was. So that's the 10th person that's come in and inspect my house and tell me what a lemon I bought. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to make this work. So I'm calling back my lender. The agent, of course, I told you, didn't come to the closing, didn't call me, didn't talk to me and everything. And I wrote a letter from day one because she was very nasty. Calling me outside my name is totally irrelevant because I have a question and you don't understand. I'm sorry, that's not, can't do that. That's unprofessional. You don't need to be working, my dear. I know y'all didn't hear me all this time. I'm sorry. Let me see. Can you hear me? Hear me? Hello, testing, testing, testing. I don't know yet when y'all didn't hear me, but we're going to talk about the people that did not do the work, and she did not show up. She did not communicate for me as my agent. when you're working for somebody, you work for them. You don't work for the other people. So I had problems from the very beginning with her. Called the lender and let him know that they did not do the work that was supposed to be done. He said he called her and she called me back. The agent said she did the best she could. She came out of her pocket to get some of this done. They were like, everybody wants this to work. I don't care that everybody wants it to work. It's not working. It has to work. It should be working for me. If the plumbing is not right, the electric's not working, you got 10 different people from 3 different fields, 4 different fields, sorry. The contractor, an engineer contractor. We got 3 plumbers. We got 3 electricians. We got 3 chimney people, cleaning inspectors, writing reports. I have all of this documentation. So I decided to call the VA and talk to them and find out, because I called the VA appraiser. I didn't get the paperwork until March, almost April. And it said on the paperwork, showed me, this is a 2-bedroom house, 1 bath that is registered in Polk County. So they had an illegal room here. In order for me to get it to be right, I have to in turn make it a legal 3-bedroom, 2-bath home. I have to do that because it's not legal. You understand that? So, and the electric's not working. You understand that? So a lot of stuff that were done shadily. Everybody's greasing everybody's pocket, but in the interim, I'm the one that's paying for it. I'm overpaying for it. Now I know Jose was talking about the laws, but I was like, I'm not going to sit on my laurels, because I've been looking for a lawyer, and unfortunately he want $5,000 in cash just to see and speak to a lawyer. I am on a limited income. I don't get paid to do YouTube. I am not a YouTube fan where I'm getting paid, but I know justice will be served. I know that it would get done, but I gotten used to people just doing stuff. But I was like, I'm not going to just sit back and just not do anything. I got a platform. I could be saying something about this. I could be making people understand that it's been unjustified. Why should they get the pleasure of sleeping in their bed in their time and being able to? So, okay, hold on. So I thought, why should I, in the interim, let me see. Hopefully you can see it. Why should I go around and make them feel comfortable as a disabled veteran and live in a home that is not functionable for me to live in, knowing the inspectors and the housing person that came in here did not do justice to this home, and know that, and put the property up and did not check. The realtor knew without a doubt that this property was not right. It is legally in Polk County as a 2-bedroom, 1-bath house, not a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. The doors are not even legal, or they're customized to be small. So they're not even adaptable for a wheelchair to be able to be used. Why would you do that to a disabled veteran? Why would you make them suffer? We already suffer as is. Where is the justice? So I'm like, what do? You have all these people that are washing each other's hand and helping each other. But the person that is suffering is the person that's living in the home, and they have to stick it out and do nothing and say nothing. Is that even fair? Is that even right? Why? Explain to me why. Who is that helping? It's not helping anybody. How do they sleep at night? knowing you put somebody that's, is in a wheelchair. They can't even get in their bedroom. They can't even get to their bathroom. They can't even get in their kitchen. It's not usable. So, what justice would you suggest when you know it was the lender that knew the inspector, the lender that knew the what was it? No, knew the seller's agent. They're all in this together. Hi, Juan. How are you? So there are things that can be done. And you're like, okay, I got this. So I know it's injustice. Every lawyer that I've talked to, every single lawyer that I've talked to, they, like I said, they want cash. You can't put it on a credit card, because I wish I could. I put it on a credit card in a minute and I have a life, but I don't. I don't have it. I'm working on it. My perception is, I know that. Hi, Robert. I know that it's going to come and I'm going to have justice. I just haven't found the right person to represent me or help me, because I've gone to the VA and they seen the injustice. I've been to the, what is it, warrior veterans. I've talked to them. They seen the injustice. My old lender seen the injustice. People have seen the injustice, but it's like, okay, I can't help you. They don't know what to do, because I need a specialist lawyer. It's a, what do they call it? Not just a regular real estate lawyer. Irrigation, not irrigation is, you can tell I'm farming. Litigation lawyer. I need a litigation real estate lawyer that's willing to go to court for me. $5,000 might not be much to some people, but when you're disabled, you're on an income. So I'm just saying, I just decided I'm not going to let these people get away with all of this stuff. They don't have the right, this is the real estate. I talked to him. His name is Jason Johnson. I've talked to him. I've had him let him know what was going on. I put his information on, so if you want to see the full YouTube videos on there, I did that. This is the lady that sold me the house. Yeah. So I'm just saying, Beverly Antonelli did not do her job as my real estate agent. She did not represent me at all. Did not give me justice at all. She had a self-serving process just to put it in her pocket and leave. Never served me, never did what she was supposed to do, and falsified documents. Can you understand that? Because they do everything online now. You got to be careful. So I have no problem. You know what I mean? My inspector, let's keep it real. I let him know what was going on, and he wanted me to pay someone $4,000 to do the work for the electric. He knew somebody. Okay. But he went by what Miss Antonelli said was okay. That's not her. He said that, he went by her word instead of coming and seeing me. This is the buyer's agent. Okay. That's her, Karen Corinne. Tried to work with her, and her mother was sick, and be understanding at Christmas time. I always try to be the best understanding person that I can be when I'm working with other people. Hi, KTM. Thank you for coming in. Just like, hi, Santi. So I really don't understand how we can have this injustice. What do you do? Who do you contact? When you're on a budget, when you know that this is my home. She asked me, is it safe to live in? Well, I'm a soldier. I'm a military person. We make it happen, Captain. Whatever's not workable, we make it work. We learn to adapt. Anything that is here, we make it adapt. We adapt full-heartedly. I've done that and did that many times. So, I'm just saying. How do you get it done? How do you okay. Just okay. I don't know what somebody said. Somebody said something. Oh, okay. So I just do what I do, and hopefully that it'll turn out right. That is my my hopes to everybody that you see the injustice. What do you do? How do you support? So I know veterans warriors reached out to me and come and check and noted injustice called Veterans Home Program. And asked me if I went to Sun Federal Credit Union. No, I did not. And that understand what it is to do. And I was told, yeah, some of the stuff should not have been done. But guess what? It was done. And then what? Then what? Then what? How would you take it? What would you do? Injustice. So this little mama is not letting it lie and making sure people know these people's names and making sure that I get justice because I deserve that. I work hard to get that VA loan, very hard. I didn't get connected for 30 years and work my tail off. My tail off. Nothing was given to me. Just so you know, nothing's really given to a lot of people, but we make it work. We make it work. So I am Dr. D from 96B for you. This is on YouTube and also on TikTok, on a TikTok, as I call it. So if you have some ideas, help a sister out, a veteran, do what you do. I know I'm counting on it. And I know it's out there. I know justice will become of this. I know I will have justice. So I am going to